Okay, very nice. So again, welcome to our call. We are now recording our Tuesday community call / coaching call. So the first half hour, we're going to be going through our life book. So if you guys can pull out your life book, we're going to be going through element 14, and we have an amazing coach. Ricky is going to be guiding us through element 14 this evening. But before we do that, we have a very, very special event happening this week. And one of the things I love about Optavia is our community. We have an amazing support and accountability and community. I know one of the reasons why I've been so successful in my health and as a coach is because of this group. It's because of this group and because of this community. We're represent from all over the country, and we have people that are here to support us, to keep us accountable. And so this weekend, this Saturday, we're having a huge community event, So all of Optavia, so you guys may only think of Optavia, just think of your coach in this group here, but there's actually about 60,000 coaches nationwide. And with just those 60,000 coaches, it was actually just announced over 2 million people lives have been impacted or touched with this Optavia program. 2 million lives, which is pretty incredible. And so that community is all coming together on Saturday. So the co-founder, Dr. Anderson, is and his top leaders, the top coaches, is hosting a free event for everybody. This is for guests, this is for clients, this is for our coaches. And it's a 1-hour event. And I'm gonna share my screen because we want to invite you as clients, as guests, as coaches. Everybody's invited. And I'm actually gonna let Dr. A come on and he's gonna personally invite you guys. But let me share my screen. And first I'm gonna share this flyer here. So if you guys can take a screenshot or pull out your phones and take a picture, all the information is here. If you don't get it, because you're driving right now and you're listening in, text your coach and ask them for this information and they'll send it to you, okay? So take a screenshot here. It's a free event. It's Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Dr. A is really the heart behind our business, behind our mission, behind our health program. And he, along with Dan Bell, who I would like to say is probably the brains behind this Optavia mission, is going to, they're both going to be doing a live talk titled New You in 2022. How do you transform your life, transform your health? As I was talking about physically, mentally, and financially. So it's going to be an amazing event. Again, it's free. And here's all the information. So take a screenshot. And if you don't want more info, make sure you reach out to your coach and they'll send you all the information. So here, we'll let the man himself tell you guys a little bit about what it is and what we're doing.
Hey everyone, this is Dr. A, and I want to invite you, if you haven't already been invited, to the New You in 22, our cool event we're going to be doing virtually this next Saturday, January 29th. Dan and I are going to kick it off for the first hour, and for that section, you can invite anybody, clients, candidates, coaches, anybody that's interested in making 2022 a better year for themselves, for their health, for their well-being, and of course, for their business if they're interested in joining us. So after that, we'll have a 3-hour coaching session, really focusing on a lot of really cool things to build your business. It'll be done by some of our top leaders, and it's going to be great. It's going to be about really what are the skill sets, the action steps you need to make in the planning to make 2022 the year that you break out and really make a difference. So in your life and help us in our mission to help others. So I'll see you next Saturday, starting at 12 o'clock. Make sure you register for the training session and make sure you invite everybody you know to come for the first hour as we really talk about, at a time when most people are unsettled in their lives, we can help give them hope, direction, and possibly join us in coaching as well as helping their health and well-being. See you this Saturday at noon. Bye. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.
Uh-oh. Look at that. So there it is. That's this Saturday. So if, again, all the information's there. Ask your coach and they'll send you all the information so we can get as many people to have amazing years in 2022. Cool. So I'm going to step out of the way and I'm going to invite on Ricky Thornton, an amazing, amazing certified health coach. And she's going to tell you guys a little bit about her journey, but also lead us through element 14 in your life book. So if you guys can pull out your life book and go ahead, Ricky, it's all yours.
Hello, everybody. Just a little bit about me. Most of you know that, I started Optavia last year, but in March the 30th, and I've been able to lose about 40 pounds, and it has impacted my health, just like James said. Also has impacted me financially as well. In so many ways, I think one of the biggest things being I was able to get off of insulin and avoid dialysis. So that was my big thing. So, but I'm not too much about me, just to cover this element, because this is a really happy find element. Because when you first get into Optavia, and if they tell you that you can't have any fruit, that just blew me away. No fruit. And so, but when you get to this point, a time for you to optimize your health, then you can have fruit. Now, did I lose everybody? Okay, there you are. Okay, right. All of a sudden, I just saw me. But anyway, so this is happy time, right? So this week we'll discuss when to know when it's time to transition and also what to do in transition. And the first thing is we want to know what our the clinical measures, or to know when it's where we should be. What's a good healthy weight? So that's judged by your BMI. It should be less than 25, or your that's your body mass index, or your body fat should be less than 18% if you're male or 25% if you're female. And your waist circumference should be 37 inches if you're male, or 31.5 if you're a female. But some people feel like that's too austere. That's just not for me. I don't want to be that small. So you might want to think about what was a healthy weight for you. What do you think is a healthy weight? What did you feel like when you were in high school? What was your weight then? Did you feel like that was a good weight for you? So maybe that might be your measurement. Or you can just find out what feels good for you right now. But the healthy targets are listed above and as discussed already. And now, if you have a lot of weight to lose and you kind of feel like it's overwhelming, but just take that one day at a time, and day by day, focus on that day. And sometimes we might just feel that the target goals are too far-fetched. And that's when you want to try to go for what you think is healthy and reevaluate when you get there, and talk to your coach and help you to determine, and other people in the community too. We're all going through it. So there'll be others, and you'll just come to some point as to know what you think is a good weight for you. And let's see. Sometimes though, when you're going through that journey, you get to a part where it just seems like you're slowing down weight prematurely. So you can kind of look now at all the carbs that you're eating and see if you're staying in that low glycemic area of carbs, like the dark green vegetables, so that your carbs won't go and they'll take you out of fat burn. So when you choose from those, then you have a better chance. You might also look at your snacks or your condiments as well, to see if that's something that might be holding you back. But now you're here and you're a smaller person and a smaller size, and you need to increase your set point so that you will allow you to gradually expend more energy. And this is why it matters how much you eat, to keep the balance of the set point so that you can compensate or increase leptin and reduce insulin and prevent transitional weight gain. And so these are the steps. First, you're going to determine your total energy expenditure. That's your TEE. And we want, at this point now, we want to know that the calories in have to equal the calories out. So keep that in mind. And this is accomplished by keeping the insulin at a healthy level and continuing that leptin's job of making you feel full and keeping you feeling full and working effectively. And then the part two is in your transition is eating other foods being introduced that you haven't been able to have. And so now you'll have the full range of all the foods to support your optimal health and maintain your healthy body weight. And part two is calories in, equal calories out. So determine your total energy expenditure. You need to know your body set weight, BSW. And I'm going to give you a quick formula to help you calculate this, but also that there's a more precise one in the habitsofhealth.com. And so now the basal metabolic rate of BMR, the physical activity level, PAL, and the thermal effect of food that you eat, the TEF, all those together show how quickly your body burns the fuel you are taking in. So your BMR, that's the energy used to perform your daily bodily functions like breathing, growing, circulating blood, and also repairing cells and all those kind of things that you do all the time. And this usually stays pretty constant, so you don't have to, worry too much about that because it's going to happen. And that number very seldom changes. Then that PAL, or the physical activity, this is the energy that you use when you move. And this can change depending on your activity level. Then there's the thermic effect of food. This equals to about 10% of the calories you burn. And that involves storing, transmitting, transporting, digesting, absorbing food, and all this stays pretty steady. So now here goes that easy way. So it says your current weight in pounds times 11 calories equals TEE. So let's see how that works. Let's say, for example, if a person was 162 pounds, and so we're going to multiply that by 11 calories, and that's going to bring us down to 1,782 calories. That's what he can expend, what his body will expend, is total energy expenditure. And then if we're gonna kind of adjust it depending on the person uses light activity, exercise, or moderate or heavy. And so we're gonna say just for this, that this is a moderate exercising person, and we're gonna time that by 1.5. And that's gonna bring us to 2,673 calories. That's how much that person can use. That sounds like a whole lot, but that's what he can use. Now, when you do it by a light exercise person, then his calorie expenditure is going to be 2,138.4. So, but it might be a good idea to underestimate your activity level because, then you might start gaining weight, and because you really don't know exactly how much you're doing. So underestimate it a little bit at first until you get it right. And because now in this plan that we're on now, phase one, we're only eating 800 to 1,000 calories. And like on the little bars and shakes and things, those controlled meals that we've been having, they made it real easy for us. And so our day has been like 800 to 1,000 calories per day. And now we're going to have to, if we're that 162-pound person, we're going to have to add 1,138 calories to maintain that 162 pounds. But now we want to keep a close eye on our measurements, because what can be measured can be changed or readjusted, however. So keep measuring, keep weighing on that scale. Keep an eye on what your waist circumference is and your BMI, so that you won't get out of line too far. And then you have to go back and do all this all over again. So if you find yourself that you might have gained maybe 5 pounds, which you might do initially because of different things that's happening in your body, eating different kinds of food and things of that you haven't been eating in a while, and holding water and all of those different things. So just keep an eye on that. With these extra calories, somebody always calls me when I'm doing, when you can add back some of the things that you could have had before, couldn't have before rather. But we want to always try to stay out of that higher glycemic vegetables and try to stay in the low or moderate ones. So a sample meal plan is on page 278, 279, but 278 shows us how we can make this work in this transition. So if you turn there, you can see that that first week, you're going to add a vegetable and you're eating 800 to 1,050 calories total per day. You're going to add any vegetable from the green section of the chart. And you're now eating 5 fuelings and 1 lean and green meal and 1 additional cup of vegetables. So then week 2, you're going to add fruit. That's my favorite part. Okay, so you drop 1 of the prepackaged meals and you're going to add any fruit from the green section of the charts, maybe fresh or frozen fruit is if preferred, whatever's preferred, but fresh rather is preferred. But can be used as long as it's not packed in syrup. And you're now adding 4 fuelings, 1 lean and green meal and 1 additional cup of vegetables and 2 medium-sized pieces of fruit or 1 cup of berries or chopped fruit. And in that 3rd week, you're going to add dairy. So now your calories can go from 1,000 to 1,300 total calories per day. So you're going to have dairy, includes low fat and sugar-free yogurt, milk, or lactate products. And you're now eating 4 fuelings, 1 lean and green meal, 1 additional cup of vegetables, 2 medium-sized pieces of fruit, or 1 cup of berries or chopped fruit, and 1 cup of low fat or fat-free dairy. Okay, week number 4. And this week we're going to add whole grains. And we're going to have 1,100 to 1,550 total calories per day. And we're going to drop another fueling. And then, so what we'll have then is whole grain choices, including 1 slice of whole grain bread, 3/4 cups of high fiber cereal, a 1/3 cup of whole wheat pasta, or a 1/2 cup of brown rice. All that's R. I mean, you're not going to be having all that, but you're going to get 1 choice out of that. You're now eating 3 fuelings, 1 lean and green meal, 1 additional cup of vegetables, 1 medium-sized piece of fruit, or a 1/2 cup of berries or chopped fruit, 1 cup of low fat or fat-free dairy, and 1 portion of whole grain starch. And if you're exercising, you can add 4 ounces of lean meat, poultry, fish, or other kind of protein. So you can see how now you're getting all those other things back, but you're going to also be able to maintain the loss that you had if you do it the way it says here. And over here on the next page, there's like a little sample menu of what you can do as far as your breakfast and your mid-morning, so that you can still have those 6 meals a day: breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, mid-afternoon, dinner, and evening. And it really makes it nice. So, but just be real careful with it and keep weighing yourself and measuring and making sure that you're not gaining weight back that you don't want to do. And so that's it for this element. Now I would like to hear what you have to say.
Very nice. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much for handling that for us and going over and those points that you appreciated. So as Ricky mentioned, we're going to open it up because we would love to hear from you guys. We have about 8 minutes to this call. We would love to hear from you on what points did you appreciate most about this element 14, and what did you get out of transition? And before we do, I'm just going to share one thing that I like is that almost every time I talk to a client, they always ask me, am I going to be eating like this forever, for the rest of my life? And what I love about our program is that it's not just a weight loss program, but we really teach you how to transition and how to eat healthy for life. And if you guys, Ricky went over it, but that diagram, that image on page 267 of your life book, where those different phases, this is what separates our program from anything else out there, is that we pick up where most programs leave off. Once you get to your goal, we actually want to coach you and show you how to maintain it, how to keep it off, and how to transition. And so that's what I love about this element and the program. So we'll go ahead and love to hear from you guys. Go ahead. Looks like Stanley.
I'm on my phone. I don't usually use my phone for Zoom, so I had to remember where the mute button was. But anyway, you know what? I'm new. I've been on the program for a week, but just hearing this particular part today was very encouraging, because I've done a lot of different other programs, but there's never this transition assistance, and to have this part it is very like enlightening. I'm like, yeah, okay, so I really want to stick with this, because the transition is that's what I need. Okay, because this part is good, but eventually, this is not how I'm going to eat for the rest of my life. But now, how do I get into managing my nutrition and maintaining this way of life at this point? So I just like the whole chapter, and knowing that this is in here is going to help me to hurry up and get from chapter 1 to chapter 14 even quicker, so I can take in all that information.
Yeah, so good. Very nice. Thank you. Claudia, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not here yet, but I'm close. And so I was reading this very carefully, but while I was reading it, I decided that I wanted to actually try practicing it now, try to figure out what my TEE is right now, where I'm at. My BMI is 25, but I want it a little lower than that. So I decided I don't want to actually go on the maintenance quite yet, because I'm kind of fluctuating right now. So, but I did like this, because now I can, I'm gonna try to use this toward where I am now. So by the time I transition, I will know how to use it. I will know how to do these formulas, because I will see how it's affecting me right now as I look at what I eat. Try to look at my calories a little bit. The question I have, though, is there's some vegetables, I'm not quite sure what they are, like carrots and tomatoes. Are those considered fruits or vegetables? Because they're not green. So I just need someone to tell me that. Also, now I know I shouldn't be saying this, but I got a little stressed. I don't see potatoes on this transition. Maybe I missed it, or is that something we can never eat again? And those were the two questions I have. But like I said, I really like this formula. I'm gonna try to get used to using it now. I think other people kind of can, even though they're not at this point, can try to kind of go through it, see where you're at using this formula, and then you can see how it will, you'll be able to, what you're eating now versus what you'll be able to eat, how many calories at TEE in the future. So that's all, but I do just need someone to answer my carrot, tomato, and potato questions. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, Claudia. Thanks for sharing that. As far as the items, the carrots and tomatoes, as long as it's in your Optavia guide. So inside your Optavia guide on page 19, it's going to break down all of the vegetables that are approved on the weight loss phase. There are some vegetables that are highest in carbs. You want to stay away from those just during the weight loss phase of your program. But I say if it's not in the guide, don't do it. Don't eat it. So if you see it on page 18 and 19 in your guide, then it's approved during the weight loss phase. If it's not in that transition part, then you can do it after you do the transition. You can transition the potatoes and different things back into your diet. And then any further information, just I would say during the weight loss phase, focus here. And then when it comes to transitioning and then getting into the maintenance and you want to start incorporating potatoes and other things back into your diet, get with your coach and they'll guide you and show you the different alternatives on how to work through that as well, the maintenance optimization phase.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've looked at this page 19 several times, and I was trying to force carrots on this page, but it's not there. Because I like making soup sometimes, and soup, uh-oh, I see Ricky has her hand raised. Okay, maybe she's gonna tell me something. Tell me something, Ricky.
I'm gonna tell you a little bit of something. On page 293, in the part where you start eating healthy for life, there's another chart, and it adds additional vegetables, but still it's divided into very low glycemic and the highest glycemic. And in the highest glycemic is carrots, now cooked, but in the low, very low, not very, yeah, like on the bottom tier, you'll also see carrots raw. And so at least you get your corn and your carrots. Now, I don't see potatoes, so I'm gonna have to figure out where potatoes fall into this, because I'm sure you can. They say you can eat everything if you eat it in moderation. And once you get into the phase after you've transitioned.
Thank
Yeah, very
you.
nice. Thank you, Ricky. All right, let's move along because we're almost at time. We got a couple more hands up. We'd love to hear from you. Go ahead, Carol. And then Sylvia, I saw your hand up.
I was going to just say real quick, additional information is in this book on page 2.8. Well, section 2.8, I guess that's how you say it. Page 330. I don't know where it starts, but I found the part where you were asking on 334. So you might want to bring that book out, because that's going to give you more information to help you make better decisions. And again, talk to your coach. But that's it. And
Love it. Very nice. Thank you. I love we have so many tools and resources available to us. And it's all there. We just got to open it up and read it, right? Very nice. Sylvia, did you have something you want to share?
Just real brief,
Yeah.
James.
Go ahead.
A good alternative, Claudia, is cauliflower. If you take it, boil it. I'm not sure if we're talking mashed potatoes, but if you take it, boil it, drain it, you season the water just a skosh bit, or just wait until you season the vegetable. You can put a Laughing Cow, those Laughing Cow cheeses, they're in that cylinder, the kind of paper on the top, and they're cheese, creamy garlic, they have different flavors. Take one of those and you can mix it up. You can cut it in half if you want and just mix some of it up, mix everybody up after you've mashed that cauliflower, and taste it. It will take you to potatoes.
Mhm.
It's a great substitute, at least until you get to transition.
Wow, that's so good. Who wants to come over for dinner for Sylvia when she cooks us some mashed cauliflower? Sylvia, you got some hands up. All right, hope you cook a big enough pot. So cool. Thank you for sharing that. Claudia, thanks for your questions. Thanks everybody for sharing, for being on. And Ricky, thank you for leading us tonight into that element. Before we go, one last announcement. Next week is the first Tuesday of the month. So we won't be going over the element, but we will be doing our celebrations. The first Tuesday of the month, we come together as a group and we open it up to everybody. And what we want to hear is your wins, your victories, your challenges, any win, any ups, any downs, anything. We like to open it up to everybody and really just celebrate. We like to celebrate you, your victories, your success for the past week and the past month. So we'd love to invite everybody back next week. And we're not going to go over the element of life, but we'll pick up the following week, but it'll be more of a party, more of a celebration, because we would love to celebrate all of our clients for their amazing success and wins so far on the program. So at that time, we will be transitioning to our coaching call. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. If you guys want to stay on, our clients, you're more than welcome to stay on for our coaching community call, our coaching team huddle. After our client community call, we meet as a group to really discuss how, as coaches, we can improve, become better coaches, how we can better serve our clients and help more people. Okay, so as we transition into our coaching call, wow, very, very good. Very nice turnout. Ricky, thanks again for handling that. And I feel like we're in the ministry school. You know, I know it was kind of a substitution and you kind of took it on last minute, but thank you, Ricky, for doing that. Appreciate you so much. Very, very cool. Okay, so really, really good training for you guys today. So we have, what do we have left in the month? We have, let's see, this month has blown by so fast. You guys believe the first month of the year is almost over? Like the first month of this year, 22, is pretty much over. February is a short month. So to me, it's already March. Might as well already be March, right? But anyways, we have, not even count today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days left in the month. So what I got together with a couple of other leaders on our team, in our group, and I said, well, how can we really maximize these last 6 days of the month? And how can we help our coaches really get to that next spot in their business? We have a lot of coaches that are like on the brink to reaching their next milestone or reaching their next goal. Like quite a few. Quite a few coaches that are 2, 3 clients away from reaching senior coaches, which in turn means we have about 3 or 4 coaches that are very, very close to reaching executive director. So I said, I got with a couple of our leaders, with Tamar and Carol, and I said, how can we help these people go to the next level? What can we do to really give them some tips and tools to maximize these last 6 days of the month? And how do we, if we're 3, 4 clients away from senior coach, or 3, 4, 5 clients away from executive director, what do we do? Like, what are some practical steps that we can do to make it happen? And so, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to share with you guys tonight. So if you're one of those coaches, which there's quite a few of you guys, quite a few that are very, very close to that next step, I would highly, highly encourage you to pull out a pen and paper and really, really take notes, because Tamara and Carol are going to tell you exactly what to do and exactly what they did to reach executive director, both senior coach and then executive director, and how even in the last few days of the month, they were able to bring on 4, 5, 6 clients. Got it? So pull out a pen and paper and take notes, but don't just take notes. Well, let's just jump right into it, because I think they can do a better job at explaining this than I can. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, because we're just going to show you what we got. Okay, so what are the top 10 action steps for success? So we'll just jump right into it. So the secret is multiple streams. You guys hear it all the time, multiple streams of income. In our business, we're going to show you multiple streams or 10 different ways that you can do to acquire as many clients as you want from now to the end of the month with 6 days left in the month. So some tips: do all of these things. Don't just pick and choose. A lot of times as coaches, and I know this because I was one of them, we only did what we were comfortable doing. And as we go through these 10 steps, you're going to hear a couple of them that you're going to be like, oh, I'm good at that. I've done that. And then you're going to hear a few that you're going to be like, no way. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not comfortable doing that. But if you want to be successful, you want to reach these goals, I encourage you to do all 10 of them and don't pick and choose. I have never not seen these work if someone actually apply the steps and they get into action. I love it. You guys know Alfred Brown has this term, I hear him say all the time, like our program is undefeated if you stick to the plan. Coaching is also our coaching system is undefeated if you actually follow the systems and you stick to it. So before we get into these 10 things, first thing is, because some of them will be uncomfortable, some of them you probably don't want to do, some of them you probably never have done. Remember your why. Why are you here? What do you want? Allow your why to kind of push you and motivate you, inspire you to do maybe some of these things that you are not comfortable doing or you haven't done yet. Also remember, what are your goals and your dreams and your desires? What do you want? Like, for real, what do you want? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why did you purchase your coaching business kit? Is it because you wanted to help people? Well, they're about to show you exactly how to help more people. Is it because you want to increase your income? Well, we're going to show you how to do that. Is it because you want to buy property or vacation homes or whatever your goals might be? Remember, these action steps is what's going to help you make these things happen. It's always about helping people. We know that's number one and always foremost is that we're coaches because we have a huge heart and we want to help people. You will make some extra income, which is the money is nice. If you don't need it, send it this way. I'll definitely put it to good use, but the money does help. So how would the extra income help you and how could it impact your life? And it's not about the money, but what does the money represent? It's never about the money, but what could you do with that extra income? What could you do with that money? So we're going to jump right into it. And Tamara and Carol, if you guys can come off mute, and I'll let you guys take it away from there.
All right. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? So yeah, I'm just going to start off with the first one. So one of the really key strategy, we do this also like on follow-up Friday, where we want to like call everyone we ever shared the program with. So that can be on assessments. It could be assessments we did, I don't know, 6 months ago. It doesn't even matter. Just call them, interact with them, send them a message. A lot of times with me, if I just shoot them a message saying like, hey, how are you doing? It's been a minute. I haven't talked to you in a while. They're like, hey, girl, oh, you still doing the coaching thing? And it's like, yeah. Automatically opens up an opportunity. So what I notice when reaching out to people, a lot of times they won't reach out to you first. You have to initiate it because a lot of times they're too scared to ask or maybe don't want to feel like they're bugging you, but you definitely want to reach out. And it gives like a quick little snippet at the bottom of like, hey, so-and-so, I just had you on my heart this morning. I know we talked last month. You have some big goals that seem so important to you. I really want to help you reach those goals. I know how much my life has been transformed by doing the program, and I would love to see you have the same results. I truly believe this could be your year. So it's just reminding them of their why, which is very important, and just basically encouraging them, letting them know that they can do it.
Okay, and then another really good thing that you could do, and this actually worked for me last month. I ended up with a client who became a coach. She came on as a coach and a client and brought on 2 more people. So reach out to every client you have. because they can help you with referrals. And we even have, if you can't think of what to say, again, we have a little verbiage that you can use to say, hey, so and so, or you can go your version, which is more my version. Hello, it's me. It's me, baby. Remember that? Do you be real, be authentic, and just have fun with it. Tell them you enjoy the journey that you've been on with them, helping them to get where they want to be, and that you were wondering if there's any family or friends that might be interested in the program as well, because you know that they benefited from it so much, and so you know that they want to share that with somebody because it's a gift. They want to give it to somebody. You can also mention to them, there's a little bit more to that, but there you can also mention to them if they're a little hesitant that you have been known to give out little referral bonuses, $25. So sometimes money helps them to be more willing to help you because it's going to help them. And you also might want to mention to them as well, which is what happened to me, that they could coach these individuals themselves, because a lot of times people feel more comfortable with people that they already know. So ask them who's on their heart, because they have many people that they worry about as well. So find out who's on their heart and how can you help them give that gift to their family or friends.
All right, and the next thing that you want to do is do a Facebook Live. I know personally for me, I was super nervous when I was going to do a Facebook Live, but James like, we're doing this, right? I'm like, oh no. So I know for me, it was just nervous because it's like, man, people are watching, or you may get nervous or in your head, like, man, nobody's going to watch, but who cares? Just do it anyway, because guess what? Like, even if nobody's watching it right then and there, it's going to stay on your feed. It's going to hit so many different avenues that people are going to see it. And that's how I actually got one of my clients, because she was like, hey, I saw your Facebook and you talked about your story and just like how you was just like, I don't know, excited about it. That's what made me want to try it. So definitely do it. And the thing about it, if it makes you nervous and uncomfortable, that's growth. That's all I know. All I know is when I did things that made me uncomfortable, like I grew from it and I actually got like major results. So just do it anyway. And it will definitely help you reach your goals. You can do it as like a interview, interviewing another coach, or just explaining why you decide to be a coach yourself. Because people, they relate to that. They relate to the emotion, they relate to your enthusiasm, your happiness, and then they'll just want to support you and actually be a part of it.
All right, and then up your Facebook presence. This is another one, like Tamara, this was hard for me, period. But up your Facebook presence. Instead of doing one Facebook post, do 3 to 5 posts. And right now we're at the end of the month, and so you really want to put yourself out there. Do 10 stories a day and up your before and after game. That was really hard. I mean, Shadon had to like beg, plead, pull teeth, everything, but put it out there, because your story is going to help somebody else feel like they're not stuck in that hole and that there is a way out. So put it out there, help them see that there's a way, and make sure you follow up with all the comments and likes. Instead of just doing 3 conversations per day, we're challenging you to start 10 or 20.
All right, and the next thing you can do is just ask close family and friends for referrals. There's so many people who are rooting for you. Like they're looking at your stories, they're admiring everything that you're doing, they're willing to help. You just gotta ask them. And a lot of times I think we're so afraid to just ask like a simple question. Hey, is it okay if I send you my before and after picture? If I can see my story, can you post it on your page? Can you tag me? Like they'll most likely say yes, because they want to support you. A lot of times people are not looking to not want to help you. So just go out there and just ask for referrals and ask for them to share your story.
Okay, and then number 6 is going to be go back to your Facebook Messenger. This has happened to me so many times. I think last week it was. Someone messaged me and said they were interested, and I totally forgot who they were. Thank goodness I put it on my calendar thing, so it did come back to me. But go back and look through your messenger, see if there's anyone you've reached out to that wanted to get more information, but you never got back to them. and just be real, own it, say, hey, I am so sorry. I use the old lady thing. I always tell people I'm old, I forgot, I am so sorry. But I know a little while back you reached out to me, you wanted some more information, and you wanted to lose weight, and I am here. Yes, let's get on the phone, let's talk about it, and let's do this. And yeah, own it, get back with them.
All right, and the next thing you want to do is always update your profile picture. What I've been told and hear over and over again, you want to lead by your health. That's what people are going to look at. They love the other before and afters, but when they see yours, they're going to be like, okay, what you doing? So definitely always update that. And when they're liking, commenting, yeah, like their stuff, comment to them, but also go into their inbox, hey, thank you so much for, liking my picture. This, makes me feel accountable. This makes me feel good. It's just thank you for helping me, support me along my journey. And then you'd be surprised. I get so many people back, what are you doing? And like they could have been following and liking all my pictures, but they never asked. So it just gives you that opportunity to, of course, be active, show involvement in their life, but also an opportunity to set up an assessment because most likely they want what you have. They're just afraid to ask. So definitely always keep updating your profile picture. And I love how it said, even if your weight hasn't changed. I know so many people be afraid, like, I look the same. Who cares? Just switch it up. Do it anyway. Like you may look the same to yourself, but to someone else, you may look completely different. It could just not even be your weight. It just could be your smile, your energy, your glow. It could be all these different things that they're looking at. So just keep it updated all the time.
Okay, and then number 8 is to reach out to all your clients and ask if you can share their story on the Facebook and tag them. I know for me, my clients, they inspire me. They touch my heart, and I am genuinely excited for them. So um say, hey, Susie Lou, I'm thinking about you today, and wow, you are killing it, and I've loved being your coach and watching your journey. I know that you will inspire others, and I want you to partner with me. Let's share your story, show your progress. We can post it on Facebook, and if you'll tag me, because I know there's others out there who want help. And if you're cool with that, I'm cool with that, and I would love to help you and help me, blah, blah, blah. And then again, if you want to, you can also sweeten it with a $25 referral um, when that person actually starts. So it's a win-win. Everybody wins. And say, sound good?
And the next thing that you want to do is tackle that scare list. I know James had me write out so many different scare lists. I'm like, oh, I want to tackle it. But those are normally the ones sometimes that they desperately need it, but you just don't know how to word it or execute it. But you never know. That text, that phone call, just explaining like, hey, you've been on my heart. How are you doing? Explaining about their amazing program you're on, your journey. A lot of times, like they tell me, I hear from others, it's better if people see it than hear it. Send them your before and after. Like, look what I'm accomplishing. Like, I'm feeling great. Just get the movement going and just show that you truly care for them, truly love them. Because like we're in the business of not selling. We're in the business of sharing because we actually care. So just show an interest in individuals and automatically you'll be surprised of their response. So just definitely, talk to everyone that who would definitely need this program because we just want to make sure everyone gets healthy.
And number 10, send out a text to all of your inactive clients, whether they fell off the program last month or 2 years ago, and say, hey, you're on my heart today, and I hope you're doing well. I know that you've had some life things going on. You had to step away from the program, and I just want to check on you. Like Tamara said, we're being interested in them and what they want to accomplish. And ask them how their health journey is going. Ask them if they were able to reach their goals, because maybe pull out their sheet so you can remind them of things that they told you they wanted to do. And tell them how you were so proud of them, and it's not easy. Love on them, love on them, and let them know you want to partner with them to help them to reach their goals. And as if they're ready, you'd love to be able to get them signed back up again and get them going and help them actually get where they want to be. Because nothing is as sweet as to be where you really want to be.
Dun, dun, dun. I guess I'm doing this one too, James. All right, so this is the bonus. I know with James, I told him I was doing a 5x5x1, but I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. But the 5 is basically adding 5 friends, starting 5 conversations, and doing 1 power post. So I was like, yeah, James, I'm doing the 5x5x1. He's like, yeah, add an extra 1 to that. And that extra 1 is basically kind of like this bonus where you're, offering the coaching opportunity. So you want to like have that list as well of people that you feel will be excellent coaches. A lot of times that's people in the industry of like, I don't know, caring for folks. It could be nurses, counselors, people who are actually love to talk to people and just really care and show an interest. So what you want to do is the I plus Q equals A. You can identify them, as far as the coaching opportunity, how it can fit their life, their lifestyle, and what they're doing. Then you want to qualify them, like, okay, do they like to talk to people? Are they positive? Are they into health? Like what is it that you feel will make them to be a really good coach? And then at that point, approach them. Once you come up with all that, come with a text like, hey, I feel like you're awesome. I know this will fit your lifestyle. I know you're trying to pay off some bills, and I feel like you will be an amazing coach because you love to communicate, you're outspoken, you're extroverted, whatever it could be. And I just feel like, this will be a great opportunity for you. Are you interested in exploring this, as far as getting more information? You'll be surprised. Some people like, yeah, like I want to find out more about it. So that's a bonus section. So definitely do that as well.
Oh. Bonus 2. So get into action. If you're scared, get into action. If you're discouraged or disappointed, get into action. If you're feeling lazy, get up and get into action. If you're not sure, get into action. The only way that lives change is for us to get into action. Your goals and dreams do not care how you feel. No action, no miracle.
Very nice. Thank you. And last thing, I'll do this one, but you guys just visualize only positive things happening to you. A lot of this coaching business is what is changing our mindset and the way you think. Changing your mindset and the way you think. That's why in our life book, all Dr. A talks about, majority of that book is changing your thoughts and your mindset. So visualize only positive things happening to you. They gave you some amazing examples of, I'm gonna stop share so we can see you guys, but gave you guys some amazing examples of text to send out, some amazing examples of ways to approach people. Don't create a story. Well, actually, I take that back. Naturally, as humans, we always create a story. Most of the time, that story is not a good one. So this is where when we say visualize only positive things happen for you, if you're going to make up a story, right? Because aren't we really, really good at humans? We're really, really good at making up stories. Like, I don't want to send so-and-so a message because if I send that person a message, they're going to think I'm calling them fat. Or I don't want to call this person because they're going to think, and we create a story that's not necessarily true, right? So I challenge you guys to, if you're going to create a story, if you're going to make up a story, make it an amazing story. Switch that thought, switch that story in your mindset to make it an amazing story. So how could I change that story in my head so that it's going to inspire me to get into action? So it's going to actually inspire me to send out the message. Well, instead of saying, I'm not going to send that person a message because they're going to think I'm trying to get them, or they're going to think I'm calling them fat, I'm going to change that story because we can all agree it's a story. It's made up, right? I'm going to change that story to, you know what? That person is probably waiting for me to send a message. That person has probably been praying that something comes around that's going to help transform their life. And you know what? I'm probably the one that they're waiting for. So you see how in my mind, and I've gotten really, really good at changing the stories because trust me, I used to make up, when my coach told me to make a list and we're going to send out these messages and we're going to pick up the phone and call this person right away, I would just look at the name and I would make up a story. Am I the only one that does that? I can't be. I hope I'm not the only one. I would look at a name and say, that person, now I'm not going to send them a message because, and I make up a whole story that's not true, right? So if it's not true, always ask yourself, well, is that true or is that a story? And if it's a story, work on changing the story to a positive one that's going to inspire you to actually want to reach out to them. So if I change that story to, wow, you know what? Carol has been posting on social media. She's stressed out. She's tired. She's broke. She's miserable. She's negative. She's posting all this stuff on Facebook. So instead of making this story, I'm going to switch it and say, you know what? Carol is waiting for me to reach out to her and call her to offer her hope. And now you see how I changed that story. Now with that change of mindset, what am I going to do? I'm probably going to pick up the phone and call her. Or I'm probably going to send her that message because she's next on my list. So visualize and only imagine positive things happening to you and learn how to control your thoughts and control your story and ask yourself, is that necessarily true? Or did I just make up a story? So thank you again, Carol. Thank you, Tamara, our trainers for giving us those top 10 massive action steps. Again, we challenge you guys to go do all 10. If you are 4, 5, 6 clients away from reaching your next step, your next goal, go do all 10 of those steps. And again, I have never in the almost 5 years I've been coaching, I have never seen someone go do all 10 of those steps and not reach their goal. So if you want to reach that goal, I challenge you, go do all 10 of those steps. Does anybody have any questions about those 10 things before we break off? Nope. Okay. Shadon had his hand up. Shadon, go ahead. You're muted.
I said, Lanita put her hand up. I don't have a question. I was just going to make a suggestion for our group. So if Lanita, you had a question, go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a question. Were we supposed to do all 10 of the steps in the same day?
Go ahead. Tamara's got an answer for you on that one. Go ahead, Tamara.
Yes, do all 10 of the steps in one day. Get it done, coach.
Very nice. Thanks, Tamara. That's her coach. That's why I called on her. So what do they say? Listen to your coach. Your coach knows best. Very cool. Thank you. Go ahead, Shadon.
So next week, we know is client share support parade day, right? So we want to make sure we get all of our clients, new clients, people who are wondering what it is, because this is a great time for them to get on and to see the experience from other people, not just from our mouths. And so after that call, I was thinking, because Ricky and Carol, they have this little call that they do, and they shared to me about the total weight loss of what they have combined of all the people they helped. And I was thinking for our group overall, we should do the same thing. So I don't know if you guys, they've seen like the little, I don't know what they call, little TikTok or whatever, and they like have their weight or whatever, and then they pass it on. I know they did some type of wine thing. They did a bunch of stuff, but I was just thinking for our group, if we did the same thing, we're all on the program. We all did the program, and we can just have a video. Who's at media? I think Jenna's good at media. You're good at that, setting things up, right?
Yeah.
So if we could all have a clip of ourselves, have somebody record yourself and have your weight, and then like pass it over, and then send that to Jenna, and she'll make a whole collage, a video of all of our clients and all of us, and we can all post that. And that'll be another inspiration for someone else to see multiple people in our group, but they, you know, of the weight loss and whatnot, and we can all share because we all had a part of it. Yeah, so that's what I just wanted to share was a thought. Go ahead, Ricky.
When we're making this clip, does it make any difference which way we pass off the number?
Yeah, so you take it from your left. Wait, yeah, and then you pass to the right.
I'm gonna pass it to
Does that make sense? Or you could, I don't know, you could drop it or you could throw it up. I don't know. Jenna will fix it where it all makes sure it looks like it flows all well.
All right.
But yeah, that was just something I was thinking about. And I know, you know, as the month are coming in, February is a short month. And I was just thinking of other ways that can help us all get more clients and help more people. They can see the mirage of our group. Are very diverse in our group, and it'll help other people out there that are watching our page and watching us want to see more different adversity at that, and then what we're posting at the same time.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, sounds good. We'll touch bases more about this next week after you guys, coaches, you tell your clients that too. You tell them the same thing and have them send it to you. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work, so we want to have the best clarity, huh? Any thoughts on that part? Anybody? Well, WhatsApp, I don't know if you guys have WhatsApp app.
I do.
Go
We
ahead.
did it. We did it for a congregation. We sent a message to someone who was in the hospital, and we all just made a quick video, and they put it all together into one little YouTube thing and sent it to them, and it was the coolest thing ever. We're all different, but it didn't matter. It just flowed.
Yeah, so I was just saying like the best, so it has like clear quality. So I know WhatsApp app